Hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I haven't done a timing video in a while. I did it like I know I did it. It feels like only a couple of weeks ago, but it was about a month ago. And some of those are already coming true. Go back and have a look at it. Um, they said the next pandemic, it said winter. We are now in winter, and look at all the stories about the flu going around, and it's a respiratory flu and not like who flung flu. So that's one I remember. There was a couple of other ones where like, what? Yeah, go back and have a look at that one. Anyways, I'm gonna do 26 because I did 25 back then, and now I'm gonna do 26 because it's 2026. So I've got some questions here. This first one, you'll notice, when will the world's attention shift away from old empires and toward forgotten nations? So I thought about that with Greenland, right? Nobody even thought of Greenland until Trump started giving it a lot of attention. So I thought, when will the world's attention shift away from old empires and toward forgotten nations? There's tons of forgotten nations around the world. So is this the start? So let's pull a card. You know what I'm going to do different this time is I'm just going to have them out here like this. And I'm going to choose them like this. I don't have to shuffle. Next couple of years. I think I agree with this. I actually think this is true. In the next couple of years, the smaller little nations that are mostly forgotten, I think are going to come to the forefront. All right. When shall a long hidden truth about a major world event finally be revealed to the public? So JFK, Amelia Hart, there's all kinds. Let's find out. So when shall a long hidden truth, the towers, 9/11, finally be revealed to the public? Let it be a mystery. No. So this is telling us no. Okay. When will a global protest movement ignite and spread like sacred fire across borders? And I'm specifically thinking of Iran at this point. So if Iran gets its Shah back, are there other countries that are going to be like, hey, that was easy? By the end of the month, so by the end of January, remember Arab Spring, how that ignited across the Middle East? Wow, okay. When shall the age of centralized power give way to smaller sovereign communities? Okay. It's time to take a break. Maybe then that's saying it's not going to happen. Can you clarify that a little bit better? It's time to move forward. Interesting. It's time to move forward. It's time to take a break. Maybe it's better to be a big conglomerate of countries. Maybe splintering, divide and conquer. Right? Unite and be strong. Okay. When will the world experience its next great migration of people driven by fate rather than choice? So I'm thinking like terrible earthquakes, so a lot of people move, like driven by fate. Tsunami, and that kind of thing. Indecision is causing delays. Boy, it's sure not answering, is it? I wonder if there's something. I'm just going to ask, when will we find out about the hidden hand that's ruling the world. When will we find out about the hidden hand? Ooh, August. Well, wouldn't that be something? All right. Okay. When will the oceans reclaim land once thought permanently claimed by humans? And I'm thinking in the Middle East, they're making those islands. In Holland, this is specifically Holland. We also have New Orleans, it's on swampland. Let's find out. October. So if you're in those lowlands, I would be worried by October. Could be a flood, tsunami, um, earthquake, volcano. Interesting. Okay. When will the world witness the fall of a long-standing financial institution or banking dynasty? When will we see the fall? Like we saw them in, was it 08, 09? We saw a couple. But let's see, are we coming up to another one? You know, with all this Bitcoin and stuff? Time is frozen. Why would time be frozen? So I wonder if that's during the winter. This one wanted to come out next couple of years. All right, so next couple of years. All right. But this time is frozen. I wonder if there's because something else is going on behind the scenes. I wonder if they're trying to get like the digital banking and whatnot going. When shall a suppressed invention or discovery be released, altering daily life forever? So free electricity, cures for the common cold or cancer cures. Let's find out. Let's find out. Next fall. So that's actually, wonder what's gonna be happening. Looks like August, October, next fall. Okay. When will a sacred or ancient site be damaged, revealed, or reinterpreted by modern hands? So last year I said there's going to be something discovered that will reignite Atlantis, or people will remind them of Atlantis, but it wasn't Atlantis. And then we had those things under the pyramids, and I told you it was a nothing burger, turned out to be a nothing burger. Well, then we had that Atlas thing, and I told you it was a nothing burger, turned out to be a nothing burger. But I still have a feeling that something is going to be discovered that's going to make us rewrite the history of human, or it's something that we already have and we realize we haven't interpreted it wrong. February, oh, that's next month. I'll have to watch for that. When shall the global food supply face its next great test or reckoning? Oh, this one's important. Give it time, it's in the works. I wonder if it's going to be something in Asia like we had a couple of years ago, short rice. Give it time, it's in the works. And this is a one, so this is during this year. It's in the works. They're calling our birds. When will the world's youth rise as the primary force of political change? I'm talking the Gen Z. Today. Wow. I guess they already are, aren't they? I mean, you think about it. Charlie Kirk was only 32. So they're already starting to do political change. Oh, right. Well, that makes sense. When shall the long-running conflict reawaken after years of uneasy silence? When shall a long-running conflict reawaken after years of uneasy silence? And that can, in between two countries, two bordering countries. And they agreed to disagree. And no, this year, March. Ooh, I wonder if that has anything to do with the spillover from the protests. So could that be Iran, Iraq, right? If Iran flips, then I'm thinking there's that Shiite and Sunni, the different countries that have the different Muslim faiths, and they've just agreed to disagree. I think that might actually happen. When will the illusion of endless growth finally shatter in the collective mind? When will the illusion of endless growth finally shatter in the collective mind? Next week looks promising. I wonder though if this is something like AI. I wonder if this is like a bubble with AI. So that's basically what I was thinking of with that question. Sooner or later the bubble pops. So next week there might be some bubble that's popping. Bitcoin, AI. If you're old enough, remember the crash of the .com crash, right? When shall the skies disrupt travel, trade, or communication on a global scale? So anything that comes from the sun, any kind of giant volcano that puts ash in the air and closes down airports for days on end. So something from the skies that disrupts travel, trade, communication, but a global scale. So I've been thinking because all of the big sunspots we've been having lately, you have the power to create the timing by taking action. And that's interesting. There's a bird here. I want the next one. By the end of the week. By the end of the week. Well, we just saw the snowstorm shut down half of Europe. I guess what this is saying is that you either there's snowstorms in Canada for months on end and it doesn't shut everything down. Whereas, the snowstorms in Europe, if they don't have the equipment to clear the roads or some such thing, so you have the power to create the timing by taking action. So by the end of the week, we could see another really bad storm, but it's up to people whether they get shut down or not. I guess that's what that's saying. Okay. When will a secret agreement between powerful nations come undone? So I'm thinking Greenland and Denmark. That's not powerful. No, I'm thinking NATO. It's the right time to take action. Well, that might be true. NATO's talking about boots on the ground in Ukraine. Or the EU. Or even the EU, right? Next fall. Okay, so I think it's the right time to take action, so you start the process of undoing it, and by next fall, a secret agreement between powerful nations will become undone. I wonder too if it's Five Eyes or the UN or something. So it's the right time to it's the right time to get this undone. I think it is. And then it'll be completed by next fall. Okay. When shall a charismatic but controversial leader be exposed for living a double truth? We've got lots of male leaders out there who I believe swing both ways. So that's what I'm talking about, a double truth. July, ooh, that's coming up. Okay. When will the global conversation shift from wealth to survival and then to wisdom? So that's a big society change, right? That money isn't everything. Money isn't everything. Next couple of years, ooh, okay. When shall a forgotten prophecy, manuscript, or ancient warning resurface at the wrong time? So this would be, I'm thinking like something from Nostradamus. They find some kind of hidden things, and it's about like a dying king, um, or I don't know, time traveling Trump or something like that. November. Looks like this is going to be a spicy year, isn't it? When will the world's concept of privacy collapse or be reborn? So, right now, nobody has any kind of privacy, any kind. So, when will the concept of privacy finally collapse? Meaning digital ID, digital ID, February. Well, I think more and more people are becoming aware of what the digital ID is. When shall a major religion or belief system undergo a visible fracture or renewal? So I'm thinking, I'm hoping this is one of the religions that cause a lot of trouble in the world, Islam. Um, and to fracture the moderate and the extremes, that they finally say, we like, they stand up and say, we want to live in a peaceful world as well, and so we'll no longer tolerate this. Ooh, September. I'm telling you, this autumn is really starting. We've got a couple of Novembers and October. Now we have a September. I think this is gonna be a pretty spicy year, guys. Or this autumn. This autumn is for sure. When will the world recognize that a past disaster was not accidental at all? You know which one I'm thinking there, right? Titanic. Well, there was other ones too. Space shuttle. There's a couple in there. Indecision is causing delays. 47. I wonder if it has something to do with Trump making a decision to expose that. Let's pull another one. March. And then you have the power to create the timing by taking action. So I guess by forcing the issue. Indecisions causing delays, you have the power to create the timing by taking action. So forcing the issue, if you do that, by March we shall know. So is that, what are some a past disaster was not accidental at all? Titanic. What was that big Hildenberg, the space shuttle. If Trump is pushed to it, we'll know by March. When shall technology fail spectacularly, forcing humanity back into its own hands? Next couple of days. What? Well, yeah, I wonder, next couple of days, like a big hack. And so we can't get to our bank accounts, we can't pay for things. Watch for that, guys. I mean, if there was a big, massive earthquake around a major data center, or a big ice storm, right? People keep forgetting about ice storms. They can take down all the power poles and shut things down quite badly. When will a long dismissed region become the new center of innovation or culture? And this is based on my prediction that the Midwest is actually going to be at the forefront of the United States, and it's going to start this year. People moving from the coast inland, and that's why I thought. So when will a long dismissed region become the new center of innovation or culture? So I'm thinking Oklahoma, Iowa, Kansas, like that, the Dakotas, like they've all been dismissed as the backwater and the, Okies from Muskogee or whatever. And let's see. So of all the people from the coast who did have all these innovations and everything are moving inwards, are they going to say, yeah, why am I flying back to the coast to do this? We can do this here. We've got lots of people, lots of smart people. We can do this here. Next couple of weeks. So are we going to hear well, I think Tesla, I think Musk is building like these mega centers in Texas, but Texas already has a lot of industry and innovation. I'm thinking of somewhere where you wouldn't expect it. So I wonder if in the next couple of weeks they're going to announce like a major data center like in Utah, or it has to be somewhere where there's lots of water, right? So in the next couple of weeks, I think we might hear of a new data center or something. When shall humanity collectively decide it can no longer live the way it is, with all the corruption, all from all walks of government, all um, businesses that are overcharging? When is the breaking point? Everybody's complaining about this and complaining this is going up, but wages are going down and housing is out of control and the government's all corrupt, and they are. And when is humanity, meaning, I would say more or less, Europeans, like Europe being overrun, Canada being overrun, corruption is out of control. The corruption in the EU is out of control. They're trying to get control of it in the United States. I'm not sure if they have or not. I think what we're seeing in Minnesota is the tip of the iceberg. But when is humanity going to stand up and say, I'm mad as hell and I cannot take it anymore? Let's see, find out. What's this one right here? Actually, these three want to come together. So let's see. It's in the past. Well, yeah. Oh, wow. June and July. Interesting. It's in the past, meaning we want to go back to the past when things weren't so corrupt. Or it could be telling us it's always been there, always will be. But it looks like in June and July, there'll be people will stand up and say, I can't take it anymore. We can't, we the people, right? I wish we had that in Canada. um we're mad as hell and we can't take it anymore. We can't take the corruption anymore, and the EU and the people in France and Germany and Holland and the UK going, okay, we can't do this. Looks like June and July, maybe another farmers protest. All right, so that's 26 questions for 2026. Don't worry, I'll do this again in another couple of months with a whole bunch of fresh questions. And let's see. Yeah, go back and look at the other one. It's crazy how close the timing is. But it looks like we're having a very spicy year. Thanks for watching. Take good care. See you online. Bye for now.